everywhere will be flooded. And then a lot of things were happening. So one day they were called and said that this day you are going to do this, a particular kind of sacrifice. So as they came, they said, if you have a son, come this side. So the people that came this side came. The other ones, they were asked to be washing their hands in pots and all of that. These guys that came, animals were placed before them. They were goats, male goats. And then they were given knife. They said, start killing them. So is it not good? Is this the sacrifice? So they started killing the goats. So as they killed the goats, dropped it, did all manner of things, used the blood and beat them. And then initiated them, told them they have come into the corridors of power. The man was still there, his number was ringing. So he entered his car going, the wife called him and said that our son started bleeding through the nose and the ears. And then he died. As he was still driving home, two persons from the same place had called him and said, this is what is happening to my son. He said, this is what is happening to my son also. And then as they put the knife through the throat of that goat, they didn't know that they were killing their sons. He told me, who do I tell that I'm the one that killed my son? For what exactly? Anything that is of value cannot be given to you free. That's why any life that must be expensive must be life. Must be a life lived within boundaries. A life without boundary is a life that cannot be significant. Anytime God will take you far, he will teach you the dynamics of setting boundaries. A life without boundary is a life that cannot be impactful. When we talk about boundaries, we are talking about a life that is disciplined. Hebrews 12 and verse number 11. Hebrews 12 and verse 11. Now, no chastening, New Living Translation, no discipline seem to be joyful. No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. It's painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. New King James Version, New King James Version. Now, no chastening seems to be joyful for the present, but painful nevertheless afterward. It yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. So allow discipline train you. Allow discipline train you. Allow discipline train you. A student that is not disciplined cannot come out with flying colors. The difference between those who do well in school and those who don't is self-discipline. When we were in school, there was this young man I used to know. Very, 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 one of the dullest. One of the dullest. He was a blocked pipe, blocked brain. Didn't know anything. Mathematics 0. But we used to have a guy that was a spirit academically. I was enjoying my school until the boy showed up in the school. I don't know where he came from. They said that they ran away from the north and he came to the east. And then came to ANIKE Grammar School, to my class. I was a champion with 72%. Until I saw someone who would get 95 and he's crying. We were doing 16 subjects in school. His name is living with UGOCHUKWU. His name alone. There is a problem in his name. Praise and speech giving day. Living with UGOCHUKWU. You'll be living with UGOCHUKWU. Your father will be looking at you like this. So that year, economists, I managed to have the highest. UGOCHUKWU ANIKE, the young man started crying. Meanwhile, he had 15. Do you know what that guy did? The following year, the following term, every day you would see him carry economics in his hand. He will bend over from school, from the time we came to school till dismissal. He wasn't going for break. His handwriting was terrible. You know those that have a very strong IQ, their handwritings are always terrible. Do you know why? They think faster than they write. So they always make mistakes. Hope you know that. Majority of them. Terrible. So we had geography and he made 95 over 100. 70 is A, 71 is A, 95 is A. He carried the 95 and went to the staff room and told the woman that, I am sorry, ma, can I see my answer sheet? They showed him his answer sheet. I think it was because we later started calling it Capricorn. You know, Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. It was that bad. And the teacher actually made a mistake. And then he made 99. That guy who wasn't doing well went and joined with this one. Before now, he was flying his trouser. He was a big boy. He will, like, I will come to school. His mates, his classmates, he will say, come here. You will come. Before you are coming, you have brought out everything in your pocket. He was a bad boy. But he joined this guy. And then, funnel trouser, he went and trimmed it. Started stocking his clothes. Started going to library. You will see him and you will see living in Sokifufe. You would be shocked that that guy taught me mathematics. The F he was making in maths was like, because he wrote, let us give him 8 over 100. But the guy later taught me maths. Right there in the school. The guy ascended to what we didn't understand. In his maths in WAEC, he made it A1. Not by Expo. When we wanted to go for mathematics competition, and they needed 2 in our set, and they dropped me and picked the guy, I knew that something had happened. Of course, living in Soki failed, booked the first spot. You know, like that first spot is 1, so you people can choose this number 2. So it's not that. And he will go for maths, go for physics, go for chemistry. He will even go for art subjects that is not doing. All they need to do is to give him commerce and say read, even though he's not offering commerce. But success is not accidental. When you watch his lifestyle, you will know why he became what he is. When they dropped me in Campbell and picked the guy in one of the competitions, I went first S1, I went first S2. In SS3, they dropped me and picked that guy. Because he has become better. He has become sharpened. $1 became sharpened through discipline. Anything is achievable once discipline is in place. There is nothing you can't achieve. As someone who sings and wants to take the platform of global music ministry, you can't even sit down and make songs. You can't pray. One of these days, I've forgotten what I was doing with Choma, Jesus, and we were talking, we got talking. She saw my call and she said, I'm not taking calls now because we are in a retreat. Myself, Mercy Chinwa, I think she called 2 other persons for 7 days. I said, what kind of retreat? She said, no food. So you see those people, you hear bulldozer, bulldozer, bulldozer. That song is almost rubbish. But But the earth is singing it because it was sponsored from a realm. You see a guy, there is a guy, I think it is, his name is Naira Mari, who sings practically a song that nobody understands. A useless song. But people are singing that song. He has more followership than every other singer in Nigeria. That guy is an apostle. Yes, he's an apostle. Anybody that people follow is an apostle. They say Malians don't wear pants. And you see ladies, they won't wear pants. Malians don't enter the class. Malians don't wear belt. Have you not heard of it? And you may be surprised that in my out of my members there are Malians. If you watch it critically, he is sponsored from a place. So most times you feel you sang more beautiful songs. You put it side by side with Nathaniel Bassey's song. And you are wondering why your own is not selling. They are selling from an altar. They are selling from the place of prayer. You were in a haste to introduce the song. You were in a haste to bring it out. Some of them, they finished the song and they sat on the song for 1 year, praying every day for 1 year in fasting, cooking it. And when they release it, everybody will want to sing it. Very short song, the whole world is singing it. Short. The whole world is singing it. I was in the office of a man of God, and then the man of God put the song of one of his sons and said, I don't know why this song has not broken through the market. I said, it depends. He told me why. I said, has the song been recognized in the spirit? I said, spirit cannot introduce what they don't know. Listen to me. They can't introduce what they don't know. Why I called his name is because I know him. He's a man of God who comes, and I don't know the man. I will say, all the men of God that are here, bless you. Before I introduce someone that tomorrow they will catch in homosexualism. So spirit cannot introduce what they don't know. So after you have made the song, prepare the cloud and bring the song under the cloud.